Hello there, this is Anne O'Brien, intuitive teacher and author, speaking with you today about if you don't use your intuition, it will use you. So, what does that mean? I remember when I started my own clairvoyant training back in the late 1990s, and my friends would say, "Well, you're learning to be a psychic. That's glamorous." And I would tell them, feels like I'm in therapy. And the more made my way through this training that I was in, I realized that I already had the skills of being intuitive. I already could read energy for other people or for my own life. That wasn't the hard part at all. What I needed to unpeel were all the energies that I had taken on and processed that I thought were mine that weren't mine. So this was so helpful to me. This cleared so much up to embark on this intuitive training. And I'm here just to check in and connect with those of you that have ever felt confused or scrambled up and you didn't know which end was up or whose stuff was whose, really. You had emotions, you couldn't figure out where are these emotions coming from, or why am I feeling this way, or no matter how much I cry, I don't feel better, or if I get mad, I don't feel better. Or if you're ever up at night and your mind is spinning and you can't sleep and you're trying to solve a problem that no matter how much you think of it, you can't solve it. If you feel scattered or if you don't feel as focused and grounded on a regular basis as you would like to, you are probably very intuitive, and intuitive training can really help with all of this. On the other hand, if you get intuitive hits about things and then second guess yourself, you know how much damage that can cause. For example, maybe you got a hit that somebody was untrustworthy, or that you shouldn't get into a relationship with a certain person, and you did it anyway. Then you realize, I was right, and you're kicking yourself. I know I was telling this story recently where at one point in my life years ago, I was guided to move to Los Angeles. This was before I lived there. And I went and told all my friends in Boulder at the time, Boulder, Colorado, and they're like, you, Los Angeles? That doesn't fit. And they talked me out of it. Long story short, 7 months, I went to another city for 7 months. That was a complete disaster. Everything in my life fell apart when I went to this other place. And then I ended up in Los Angeles anyway. So these are some of the things that can happen. And, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. But if you can learn how to access your intuition, and if you can develop your trust, whether that's learning the skills to access your intuition and trust it and understand how do you tell if it's reliable and how do you do that, as well as clearing the blocks that you might have to be feeling safe to trust it and feeling safe to live that way. Many of us were taught growing up that our intuition is not real. And so our blocks can be as simple as you were taught, there's no monster under the bed, or, yeah, mom's not angry. What are you talking about? I'm fine. Or it could be bigger things like somebody betrayed you or somebody's keeping a secret and you're one of those people that can just see through people's lies and manipulations and they didn't like you for it. So you're like, oh, I better not be that way anymore. Some of us had a lot of religious programming or intellectual academic programming, which says if you can't measure it in science, it's not real. I was 12 years old, wrote a science paper proving the validity of ESP. I did research on it, but some would say a lot of this stuff can't be proven, and so therefore it's discarded or isn't valid. So there are ways to get back in touch with these intuitive abilities that you had as a kid. And it might be unconscious, but there could even be memories of being burnt at the stake or being excommunicated from the church or rejected by family back in the day when all this stuff was very fringe. It's not as fringe now, thankfully. It was back in these ancient times in many spiritual traditions, intuition was not something that was encouraged to be developed until years of somebody's spiritual training. So the monk or the apprentice would have to go through years of daily meditation practice and all these other practices before they even touched on awakening psychic abilities or intuitive abilities, because it was understood that with this power comes responsibility, and these abilities can be used inappropriately, or they can cause somebody to blow their circuits if they're not ready. So We're not in that day anymore. We all have these skills, and I think a lot of us know we have these skills, and most people don't care to be monks or nuns. Most people I know don't have the patience or luxury to wait years or to dedicate themselves to years of some sort of monastic life before awakening intuition. It's just not really where we're at in these times. On the other hand, we are in a world where everybody can be a guru with a few sound bites online, and that's not stable, that's not integrated, that's not balanced. So there are ways that you can tap into your intuition in a grounded, balanced way. And I believe in these times we are in, we need our intuitive compass now. We need our energetic balance now. And I teach it in a way that is integrated. So when I teach how to awaken intuition, it's a more therapeutic, transformational journey. It's not only learning a skill. We learn personal energy balance. I teach how to develop the skills of, how to turn on clairvoyance, psychic sight, or clairaudience, how to work with guides, how to listen to your body's intuition. Things like that can be taught and practiced. I also teach ethics and spirituality. So we weave it all together in a way that's relevant today and also deep enough to be really meaningful and sustainable. So if you would like more support in developing your intuition, you can go on to www.anneobrienliving.com. You can go to the bottom of the page. You see my top 10 tips to awakening your intuition. Sign up for those and you'll get those in your inbox. And if you want to go deeper, as I mentioned, I do teach this, and much of what I teach is a deeper journey. So it's a 6-month program that we offer, an intuitive training program that I, along with my graduate teachers, guest teachers, are offering beginning this November. That is also at anneobrienliving.com, and you want to go to /intuition or click under programs. So anneobrienliving.com /intuition. And you can learn about the program, the benefits, the logistics. You can see pictures of the teachers. You can see the format. I provide all the video classes, and I've provided the curriculum, and my graduates are there for you every other week on a live Zoom to go over questions and do the practices with you. And then there's homework. So it's doable, digestible, but it does go deep, and it takes you over a span of time on this journey so you can really integrate it in your life. Once again, anneobrienliving.com. Thank you so much for checking out this video. Please share it. If there's people you know that could use it, feel free to subscribe, follow, so I can stay in touch with you and you'll learn about the next videos. All right, thanks so much. Bye-bye.